Okay, question 2. So in this case here, Lottie and Raphael decide to share any winnings from a raffle in the ratio 2 to 3. So Lottie gets 2 parts, Raphael gets 3 parts. After winning £2,000, they think again and decide that Lottie's share should be increased by 30%. So Raphael then thinks that his share will be reduced by 30%. Why is he incorrect? And you can understand Raphael's thinking. If Lottie gets an increase of 30%, then obviously Raphael's share's got to be reduced. But it's not going to be reduced by 30% because it's all to do with this ratio here, and it's all to do with the fact that Lottie's share is increased by 30%. So we're actually increasing Lottie's share, aren't we? That's what we're doing. So we're increasing the 2 parts that she gets. Alright? Now if you think about it, 2 parts she gets, and there's 5 parts in total. So Lottie's share is 2/5, and this is being increased by 30%. If that makes sense. This is being increased by 30%, Lottie's share. Now, Raphael will also now have his share decreased, but he gets 3/5 of the original amount, doesn't he? So we can't say that the increase of 2/5 by 30% is the same as a decrease of 30% of 3/5. So the increase of 2/5 by 30% is not the same as a decrease of 3/5 by 30%. It's not the same, isn't it? Because they're different amounts. You're starting with different amounts. Okay, part 2 then. Calculate the amount of money Lottie wins after the decision is made to increase her share. Well, let's see how much she would have had in that ratio 2 to 3 to start with. Okay, so that would be 5 parts, wouldn't it, in total? Okay, so we need to split this £2,000 into 5. So that's £400. In other words, one share, or one part, is worth £400. Okay, now Lottie then would have had 2 parts, wouldn't she? So that would be £400 times 2, which is £800. And Raphael would have had £400 times 3, which is £1,200. That adds up to 2,000. But then it says the decision is made to increase. So let's increase now this by 30%. So we need to work out 30% of 800. So you work out 10% first. So 10% is going to be 80. So then 30% then is 3 lots of 10%. So 3 of them is 240. Just times that by 3. So the increase is increased by £240. So Lottie will now get £800 plus the 240, which is £1,040. Okay, so part 2 then, part 3, it says find the ratio that is now used to share the money between Lottie and Raphael. Express your answer in its simplest form. Well, if you think about it, Lottie's getting 1,040, which now means Raphael, of course, gets 960. Okay, he gets a bit less, doesn't he, now, than you had originally, because Lottie's getting a bit more. It's got to add up to 2,000, don't forget. But we've got to simplify this ratio. Down here they want this ratio written down, but it's got to be in its simplest form. So, simplest form here, well, you could knock off zeros here, divide by 10 both sides, you end up with that. Okay, so 104 to 96. Then, you know, they're both even, so we could halve both sides. So that'll be 52, that would be 48. Again, they're both even, so half again, 26, 24. Again, they're both even, so let's halve 13, 12, and I think that's it. I don't think you can go any further than that. Part B then, in another prize draw, it was planned to give £5,000 as the first prize. To make it popular, the organisers decided to increase this first prize by 26%. The most efficient method of calculating this was doing this. Of course, yeah, because it was increased by 26%. Don't forget this, the £5,000 is represented by like 100%, isn't it? So that's 100% of everything. And then you're adding on 26%. So you actually get 126%, which as a multiplier, and this is what we work out here as multipliers, you multiply in the 5,000 by 1.26. Now the same sort of thing goes on here, but this time it's a decrease of 6%. So if we started off with 100%, you take away 6%, because it's a decrease, you end up with 94%, which as a multiplier is 0.94. So the multiplier then you use to multiply the 3,000 by that, and it would come out as smaller then because you're decreasing it. That does come out as smaller. We don't have to work it out though, they just want this sort of formula here, and we're done.